What if one of the 12 tribes of Israel simply vanished? What if the so-called lost tribe of Dan isn't really lost at all but hidden in plain sight, shaping history in ways most people never realized? This video, we're gonna talk about the lost tribe of Dan. Did they get erased from the Bible? Or are they hiding in plain sight? Now, before I get into this, I just want to mention that this is not a new teaching. This is something that was taught to me by my pastor many years ago, and I still think about it till today. Now, if you've been watching my videos for some time now, you know that we believe the Bible is true from Genesis to Revelation, and there are some people out there who say that certain parts of the Bible are not true, because they have not been able to verify them historically. But we believe what the Bible says, and we believe that it's all true. But there is one thing I want to share with you that has kind of been bothering me for some time now, and that is this. When we look at the Bible, we see that there are 12 tribes of Israel mentioned over and over again. But when we look at the New Testament, we only see 11 of those tribes mentioned. Where is the tribe of Dan? So, there are two possibilities here. Either the tribe of Dan got lost, right? They were one of the 12 tribes of Israel, but somehow they got lost and they're not around anymore. Or possibility no, 2, which is that the tribe of Dan actually made it into the New Testament, but they're mentioned by a different name. So, which is it? Are the Danites lost forever? Or are they actually here in the New Testament, but they're mentioned by another name? Let's take a look at the scriptures. It says that Joseph was sold into slavery by his jealous brothers, but he ended up in Egypt, and eventually he became very influential and was able to save an entire nation through his interpretation of a dream. And then it says that Jacob blessed his 12 sons and proclaimed that they would become a multitude of nations. And he called the region where they settled Israel. And that's how we got the name Israel. Then we read about Joshua leading the children of Israel into the promised land after Moses died, and the people of Israel took possession of their inheritance. And then we read about the judges that God raised up to deliver the people, like Deborah, Gideon, Samson. And eventually we come to the time when Samuel was the last of the judges. And so the people came to him and said, "We want a king to rule over us." And God told Samuel to give the people what they asked for, but warned him that this would not end well. And then we read about Saul being the first king of Israel and how he was rejected by God because he disobeyed God's commands. And then we read about David becoming the second king of Israel and how he was a man after God's own heart. But then it says that the kingdom would be divided. And that's exactly what happened. We have the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. And the northern kingdom consisted of these 10 tribes. And the southern kingdom consisted of these 2 tribes, Judah and Israel, also known as Ephraim. But sadly, the northern kingdom turned away from God even more than the southern kingdom, and they were eventually conquered by the Assyrians. And many people think that this is where the tribe of Dan went. They were conquered by the Assyrians and they were scattered throughout the earth. However, I want to show you something interesting. When we look at the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 4 verses 23, it says that Jesus went throughout the region of Galilee, casting out demons, and his disciples were with him. And it says that he called together his disciples, and from them he chose 12, and he called them apostles. So, let's look at the names of the 12 disciples. We have Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James, the son of Alphaeus, Simon, the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot. Now, I want to draw your attention to the name Dan. You see that name right there? It's right here in the Bible, but it's written a little differently. Instead of Dan, it's spelled Dan. But could this be the tribe of Dan? If you look at the original language, the Hebrew, and you translate that name back into English, it comes out to Dan. So, this is what I believe. The tribe of Dan did not get lost. They did not get scattered by the Assyrians. They were here in the New Testament times, but instead of being called the tribe of Dan, they were called the Danites, and they were part of the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And Jesus came to seek and save that which was lost. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.